Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name CareersCloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, CareersCloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for national affairs for the March month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so do take notes. Let's start. Name the Union Minister who has recently unveiled a new database for India's startup ecosystem named Bharat Startup Ecosystem Registry, a website and a logo of Startup Mahakumbh. So who is that minister? Piyush Goyal. He is our Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, and he has unveiled a new database for India's startup ecosystem named Bharat Startup Ecosystem Registry. A website for it and a logo of Startup Mahakumbh was launched during the curtain raiser event of the first ever Startup Mahakumbh. This event was organized by DPIIT under MOCI, correct? That is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, according to the amendments to the Green Credit Rules of the Green Credit Program by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, in Feb 2024, green credits will be given to the tree plantation on degraded land under the administrative control of states that have been identified by forest departments. The minimum land size for such project is set at, minimum size is set at 5 hectares. Under these new amendments, one green credit will be awarded to one grown tree. Right, and green credits will be given to the tree plantation on degraded land, including open forest and wetlands and catchment areas. And the minimum land size for such projects is set at 5 hectares. Next, Union Minister Ashwin Vaishnav, Minister of Railways, released the commemorative postage stamp to mark which year of the All India Railwaymen's Federation in an event held at Karnal Singh Railway Stadium in New Delhi. So Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, he recently released a commemorative postage stamp to mark the 100 years of the All India Railwaymen's Federation during an event that was held at Karnail Singh Railway Station in New Delhi. Correct? And this AIRF, it is one of the oldest and the largest trade unions in India. AIRF was established in 1924 but was recognized by Railway Board in 1929, and it is one of the biggest affiliates to the International Transport Workers Federation. Next, the Geographical Indication Registry awarded the GI tag to 12 distinct products, including Apatani textile product from which state? And this Apatani textile product, it is from Arunachal Pradesh. So GI registry awarded the GI tag to 12 distinct products from Arunachal Pradesh, and one of them is Apatani textile product. Right? Take a note of this. Apart from this, there will be a Dow, then Adley, millets. These are some of the products among these 12 products that got the GI tag. Now Arunachal Pradesh has a total of 20 GI tags. Next is, which of the following ministries have recently launched a nationwide awareness campaign मेरा पहला वोट देश के लिए? So it is Ministry of Education and Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, that is MIB. These two organizations has recently launched a nationwide awareness campaign that is मेरा पहला वोट देश के लिए. Correct? And this is basically to encourage the first time voters to participate in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Next, which of the following organizations or bank has recently partnered with DPIIT to organize a national workshop on logistics efficiency enhancement in New Delhi? It will be World Bank. I repeat, World Bank is the organization that has partnered with DPIIT to organize a national workshop on logistic efficiency enhancement in New Delhi. Right? This workshop was brought together the logistics sector community to discuss and identify factors that are affecting logistics performance and areas of improvement. Next is, name the program for welfare of animals that has recently launched by Anant Ambani, director on the board of Reliance Industries Limited and Reliance Foundation. That is Vantara. Right? Vantara is the name of the program that is for the welfare of animals. Right? And this Vantara means star of the forest. Star of the forest. Right? And this program was launched to rescue, treat, care, rehabilitate injured and abused and threatened animals in India as well as abroad. And this initiative is the first of its kind in India that is aimed at constructing the world's largest animal rescue and rehabilitation center that spans across 3,000 acres of land. And where this is, Vantara, it is in Jamnagar, that is in Gujarat. Next, which of the following initiatives have recently launched by the Union Minister of MSME Narayan Rane to promote women entrepreneurship in India? Right? So which of the following initiatives have been launched here? So right option here becomes mentorship platform, पंजीकरण से प्रगति, and women entrepreneurship platform उन्नति उद्यमित से प्रगति तक. So all three of them, right? All three of them, these initiatives have been launched by Union Minister of MSME, that is Narayan Rane, to promote women entrepreneurship in India. Correct? Also remember, there was the 9th Shakti International Women Entrepreneurs Summit 24. Where was this held? This is an annual conference. This was held during the International Women's Day that is observed on 8th of March. Right? Next, in March, Union Minister of Coal Prahlad Joshi launched the Coal Logistic Plan and Policy. So, question asked here is, the Coal Logistic Plan proposes a strategic shift towards the railway-based system in the first mile connectivity projects that is aiming for dash reduction in the rail logistic cost and an annual cost saving of 21,000 crore rupees. So, this Coal Logistic Plan proposes strategic shift towards a railway-based system in the first mile connectivity project that is aiming at how much percent reduction? It is aiming at 14% reduction in the rail logistic cost and an annual cost saving of 21,000 crore rupees. This will also minimize air pollution. It will reduce traffic congestion. It will reduce the carbon emissions by almost 1 lakh tons. 1 lakh tons per annum, and this is also expected to result in 10% saving in the turnaround time of the wagons across India. Which organization or company has recently partnered with USA Consultate to launch the first ever US India Cyber Security Initiative? It is Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, right? That is MCCIA. So USA Consultate and MCCIA, they have launched the first ever USA India Cyber Security Initiative, and it is to strengthen the IT sector. Correct. Also strengthen the cyber security initiative between these two countries, that is between India and USA. This initiative will develop a mentorship model in cyberspace and will also encourage people to people ties in cyberspace. Next, Union Minister of Defense Rajnath Singh has launched a development of innovative technologies with IDEX, that is Aditi scheme, to promote innovations in critical and strategic defense technologies. So question asked is indirectly is full form of Aditi scheme. What is Aditi? Aditi stands for easing development of innovative technologies with IDEX. So what does here stands for? A is for easing, right? Easing development of innovative technologies with Aditi. This is your Aditi scheme, and this is to promote innovation in critical and strategic defense technologies. The scheme was launched during the DEF Connect that was held in New Delhi, and this Aditi scheme falls under the IDEX, that is Innovation for Defense Acceleration Framework of the Department of Defense Productions under the Ministry of Defense. The scheme will provide startups with grant in aid of up to 25 crore rupees for research, development and innovation in defense technology, and the here budget is 750 crore rupees allocated for the time period of FY24 to FY26. Next, according to the report Status of Leopards in India released by Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, in March 24, the leopard population in India has been risen by how much from 2018 to 22? So, according to the status of the leopards in India released by Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav, the Union Minister of our Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and in March, the report suggested that the leopard population in India has risen by almost 8%. Then tell me which is the state that is having the maximum number of leopard population. It is Madhya Pradesh with 3,907 leopards in Madhya Pradesh. It is followed by Maharashtra on second position, then Karnataka on the third position. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off the first tanker dash carrying crude oil from Oil and Natural Gas Corporation's KG-DWN 98/2 deep water project. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they flagged off the first tanker named Swarna Sindhu. It was named Swarna Sindhu. Correct, it was carrying crude oil from Oil and Natural Gas Corporation from the deep water project that has been mentioned. This project is located in which river? It is in the Krishna Godavari Basin river, and it is expected to add 7% to India's oil and natural gas production at the peak level. Next, in March, Pema Khandu, the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, inaugurated Kei Penyor as the Dash district of Arunachal Pradesh. So, in March, Pema Khandu, the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, inaugurated Kei Penyor as the 26th district of Arunachal Pradesh. Right, moving on. In which city of Odisha, Union Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Dharmendra Pradhan, has recently launched project ODiServe. Right, as the name suggests, ODiServe, this was launched in the state of Odisha, and in Odisha too, it was launched where? In which city this was launched? Question asked is in which city of Odisha? So it will be in the Sambalpur city of Odisha. Union Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Dharmendra Pradhan has recently launched this project ODiServe. And the aim here is to equip young graduates from Odisha for employment opportunities in the financial service sector. Next is, which of the following points are correct with respect to the GI tags awarded to various states by the GI registry in March 2024? If we look at the option, all these three options are not right. Only option A and option C are right. B is wrong here. A is saying the GI indication registry awarded the GI tag to 10 distinct products from each state, absolutely right. C is saying Ambaji white marble and Kutch Rogan craft from Gujarat got the GI status, absolutely right. B is saying that Naraspur crochet lace products from Tamil Nadu got the GI tag. So this Narasapur crochet lace product, they got the GI tag. They are from Tamil Nadu? No, they are not from Tamil Nadu. It is from Andhra Pradesh that got the GI tag. Right? Next, which of the name that ministry that has recently launched E-Kisan Upaj Nidhi, that is an online digital platform of WDRA, that is Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority. So which is that ministry? It is Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, right? They have recently launched e-Kisan Upaj Nidhi, that is an online digital platform of the Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority, right? This platform will enable farmers to secure collateral free loans from the banks against their farm produce stored in the WDRA registered warehouses, and it was developed collaboratively by the Department of Food and Public Distribution, correct, the Department of Financial Services and NABARD. Next, name the minister who has recently launched 25 new courses under Dak Karam Yog project. So, who is that minister? Devusena Chauhan, our Minister of State of Communication, right, has recently participated or in the event to mark the completion of the second phase of the Dak Karam Yogi project. This is Dak Karam Yogi project. Remember, this is an e-learning platform to enhance the competencies of Gramin Dak Sevaks and Postal Department employees. And Union Minister of State has also launched 25 new courses under Dak Karam Yogi during the event held in New Delhi. Next, which of the following points is are correct with respect to the recent inauguration in Madhya Pradesh made by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Feb 2024? If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Correct. PM Narendra Modi addressed Viksit Bharat Viksit Madhya Pradesh program and inaugurated multiple development projects and program worth 17,000 crore rupees in Madhya Pradesh. Option B, A option is right. B saying PM Modi has launched the Cyber Tehsil project in Madhya Pradesh to improve the delivery of the government services. Absolutely right. C saying PM Modi virtually inaugurated the world's first Vikramaditya Vedic clock at Jantar Mantar in Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh. So absolutely right. All these 3 points are rightly mentioned here. Next, in which state Union Minister of Steel Jyotiraditya Scindia has inaugurated India's first green hydrogen plant in stainless steel sector? So it is Haryana state, right? Union Minister of Steel Jyotiraditya Scindia has inaugurated India's first green hydrogen plant in stainless steel sector in which state? It is in Haryana. Haryana is also the headquarter of International Solar Alliance. Correct. And the plant will be the world's first off-grid green hydrogen plant for the stainless steel industry and world's first green hydrogen plant with rooftop and floating solar. Next, name the Secretary of Ministry of Earth Science who has recently co-chaired the first edition of Blue Talks meeting held in New Delhi. So who is that ministry? M. Ravindran. Correct. The first edition of the Blue Talks meeting, where was this held? It was held in New Delhi. It was held on 29th of Feb, right? And the meeting was hosted by the Ministry of Earth Science. It was co-partnered by the Embassy of France and Embassy of Costa Rica in India. And the meeting was jointly co-chaired by the Secretary of Ministry of Earth Science, that is M. Ravindran. Take a note of this. Right, from India, you should definitely know. Next, in March, farmers' enrollment under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana increased by how much percent in the financial year 24? So, in 2024 March, farmers' enrollment under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana increased by 27% in the financial year 24. The applicant count has witnessed a growth of 33.4% and 41% during the year 21-22 and 22-23 respectively. Next, the central government notified the rules related to possessing and breeding of exotic wild animals in captivity. These rules are framed under dash section of the Wildlife Protection Act of dash. So central government notified the rules related to possessing and breeding of exotic wild animals in captivity. These rules that are framed under the section 49M of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So right option here becomes option third. Right, take a note of this. Next is which of the following points are correct with respect to the Bharat Tex 24, the world's biggest textile event held in Feb 2024. If we are talking about this world's biggest textile event, that is Bharat Tex, which of the options are rightly mentioned here? All three options are rightly mentioned. PM Narendra Modi inaugurated Bharat Tex 24, the world's biggest textile event held at the Bharat Mandapam Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Absolutely right. B's during the event, Indian Institute of Management Jammu and Kashmir signed an MOU with National Institute of Fashion Technology, that is NEFT of Srinagar on Jammu and Kashmir, and this MOU was to foster entrepreneurship and innovation in Jammu and Kashmir. Absolutely right. C option is Textiles Committee under the government's e-marketplace, that is GEM, and Standing Conference of Public Enterprise Scope. They signed an MOU to promote upcycled products made from scrap. So this is also right. All these three options are rightly mentioned. Next is Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Singh Puri virtually inaugurated 201 compressed natural gas stations and India's first small-scale liquefied natural gas unit GAIL Limited in which state? So, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri virtually inaugurated the CNG stations and India's first LNG small-scale LNG unit of GAIL in which state? It will be in Madhya Pradesh, right? And the unit was set up at the project cost of 150 crore rupees. Next, in March, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs notified that the provisions of Section 20, 35, and 40 of the Competition Act of 2023 will come into force with effect from 6th of March 2024. Question asked here is that the amendments allow the Competition Commission of India to impose a penalty of how much percent on the global turnover of companies involved in the anti-competitive practices. So CCI has imposed a penalty of 30% on all those companies, those who will be involved in the anti-competitiveness properties. Right? Take a note of it. Next, which state government has recently launched the Mukhyamantri Yuva Udyami Vikas Abhiyan program to empower young entrepreneurs? So it will be Uttar Pradesh. Right? So Uttar Pradesh state government launched Mukhyamantri Yuva Udyami Vikas Abhiyan program and it is to empower young entrepreneurs. Right? What is the main objective here of this MUVA program? And it is basically to support and resource, or basically to support and help the young entrepreneurs to kickstart their entrepreneurial ventures. Next, in March, Vadodara Municipal Corporation, that is a civic body of Gujarat, has raised how much amount? They have raised 100 crore rupees by issuing Asia's first certified green municipal bond for sustainable water infrastructure. Right, and this 100 crore rupees, this is close to 12.07 million dollar. Correct. And with the what will, as these are municipal bonds, so bonds will have a fixed coupon rate, so they will have a semi-annual coupon rate of 7.9%. Next, which state government has recently launched India's first government-owned OTT over-the-top platform, C Space? So this C Space is of Kerala, right? Kerala state. Take a note of this. Next is, as of March 24, the Railway Protection Force has dash percent of women personals along with the Central Paramilitary Force in India. So Railway Protection Force RPF, they have a percentage of how many women personnel here? So a total of 9%. 9% in the RPF are women. Correct? Take a note of this. Right, so Railway Protection Force, it was established in 1957 under Ministry of Railways and they have the largest share of women personnel, that is 9%. Next, which institute has recently signed an MOA, that is Memorandum of Agreement, with Central Water Commission of the Ministry of Jal Shakti to establish an International Center of Excellence for Dams, that is ICED. So which is it will be? It will be IISc Bangalore, that is Indian Institute of Science Bangalore. Correct. CWC, Central Water Commission under the Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. Correct. And the Ministry of Jal Shakti, they together signed a memorandum of agreement and it was Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, Bengaluru, Karnataka, to establish an International Center of Excellence for Dams. Next, Cabinet Committee on Security CCS has approved the funds worth how much amount for an indigenous 5th generation advanced medium combat aircraft fighter jet project for the Indian Air Force. So CCS Cabinet Committee on Security, they has approved funds worth 15,000 crore rupees for an indigenous 5th generation advanced medium combat aircraft fighter jet for the Indian Air Force. Right, and this aircraft will be built by special purpose vehicle consisting of ADA, that is Aeronautical Development Agency of DRDO, along with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and a private sector chosen by the selection process. Next, name the union minister who has recently launched Niti Aayog's Niti for State platform. So this Niti for State platform has been launched by Ashwini Vaishnav, who is the Union Minister of Communication. Correct? He inaugurated this Niti for states, and this was launched at Niti Aayog in New Delhi. Correct? And also he inaugurated this Niti for states exhibition that was at Rang Bhavan in Akashvani, New Delhi. Correct? And this Niti for states platform, this will serve as a digital public infrastructure platform for policy making and good governance. Next is, in which Indian Institute of Management Union Minister of Education Dharmendra Pradhan has recently inaugurated iHub Foundation. So it is IIM Sambalpur. Correct? So at IIM Sambalpur, Union Minister of Education Dharmendra Pradhan has inaugurated iHub Foundation. Correct? This was inaugurated during the 100 Cube Startup Conclave that was held at IIM Sambalpur in Odisha on 1st of March 2024. Also during this conclave, IIM Sambalpur, they signed an MOU with IG Drones, right? That is India's premier drone tech and analytics company. Next. Next is, in March, India and European Free Trade Association, they signed a trade and economic partnership agreement committing an investment of how many US dollar over the 15 years. So EFTA, that is India and European Free Trade Association, they signed an economic partnership agreement committing an investment of $100 billion over the next 15 years. Right? This will also enhance the creation of almost 1 million direct employment in India. Next, the Ministry of Home Affairs notified the Citizen Amendment Rules of 2024 under the Citizen Amendment Act of 2019. The rules to fast track the citizenship process for non-Muslims, immigrants such as Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, Parsis and Christians from Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan who entered India before 31st of December of which year. So these rules are basically to fast track the citizenship process for the non-Muslims immigrants that include your Hindu, Sikhs, Jain, Buddhists and Parsis and Christians that are from Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan who entered India before 31st of December in which year? In 2014. Correct? And these rules, they were notified over 4 years after Parliament passed this law on 11th of December 2019. And these rules will be applicable, or these rules will enable the persons who are eligible under the Citizen Amendment Act of 2019 to apply for the grant of Indian citizenship. Next, in March, Bichom was inaugurated as Dash district of Arunachal Pradesh. So in March 2024, Bichom was inaugurated as the 27th district of Arunachal Pradesh. Next, name the Union Minister who has recently inaugurated a credit assistance program of SIDBI for Jan Aushadhi Kendras. So, who is that Union Minister? He will be Mansukh Mandviya. Right? He's our Union Minister of Chemical and Fertilizers. Correct? He has recently inaugurated a credit assistance program of the SIDBI for Jan Aushadhi Kendras. He also launched the website for credit assistance to Jan Aushadhi Kendras. He has also presided over the exchange of MOU between SIDBI and Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Bureau to offer term loans and working capitals to these Jan Aushadhi Kendras. Next, in March, Ministry of Defense, they signed a deal with Big Bang Boom Solutions Private Limited under the Innovations for Defense Excellence Initiative for anti-drone systems to Indian Army and Indian Air Force. So Ministry of Defense, they signed a how much crore deal? They signed a 200 rupee crore deal with Big Bang Boom Solutions Private Limited under this IDEX initiative, and it is for the anti-drone systems to Indian Army and Indian Air Force. And this marks the largest contract signed by the Ministry of Defense under the IDEX initiative and one of the largest contracts signed with an Indian startup. Next, which state government has recently signed a letter of intent with the World Economic Forum to establish India's sole center of artificial intelligence? So it is which state? It is Karnataka. They have recently signed a letter of intent, and it was with World Economic Forum to establish India's sole, that means only center for artificial intelligence. Next, in March, Ministry of Women and Child Development, they have launched a national curriculum for early childhood care and education for children from 3 years to 6 years, and a national framework for early childhood stimulation for children from birth to 3 years. Right? So I repeat, they have launched a national curriculum for early childhood care and education for children from 3 to 6 years and a national framework for early childhood stimulation for children from 0 to 3 years. Next, according to the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance data released in March, the 1 year time deposit scheme has remained unchanged with the interest rate of dash percent for the first quarter of fiscal year 25. So, according to Department of Economic Affairs of the Ministry of Finance, the data released in March 2024 is the 1 year time deposit scheme has remained unchanged with an interest of 6.9% for the first quarter of FY25. Next, which state government has recently renamed the Curry Road railway station as Lal Bagh? So it is which state? It is Maharashtra. Right? Maharashtra government has recently renamed the Curry Road railway station as Lal Bagh. Correct? Take a note of this. And recently Maharashtra's cabinet, correct, headed by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, has approved the renaming of 8 railway stations. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched Pradhan Mantri Samajik Uttham Evam Rozgar Adharit Jan Kalyan, that is PM Suraj National Portal to disadvantaged communities by which ministry? So PM Modi launched Pradhan Mantri Samajik Uttham Evam Rozgar Adharit Jan Kalyan, that is PM Suraj National Portal. It was for the disadvantaged community and it was led by whom? This was led by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Correct? So PM Suraj Portal, correct, aimed at uplifting the most marginalized sections of the society. This is to provide, and this was launched, and here a credit assistance of 1 lakh rupees will be provided to entrepreneurs from the socially disadvantaged sections so they can grow and develop their entrepreneurship or they can grow their businesses. Right? There was a Namaste scheme then. Namaste scheme is for Safai Mitras. Safai Mitra, that are your septic tank workers. Next, in which city Union Minister of State for Science and Technology Jitendra Singh has inaugurated the first of its kind National Speed Breeding Crop Facility in March 2024? So, in which city? It is in Mohali, Punjab. Right? In Mohali, Punjab, Union Minister of State for Science and Technology Jitendra Singh has inaugurated the first of its kind National Speed Breeding Crop Facility in March 2024. And this facility, it is aligned with the Government of India's vision to double farmers' income, ensure economic empowerment and foster agriculture startups. And this will enable the farmers to enhance both the quality and quantity of their crops through this facility. Next, the Ministry of Home Affairs officially designated dash of every year as Hyderabad Liberation Day. So every year 17th of September has been now designated as the Hyderabad Liberation Day, and this day marks the integration of the princely state of Hyderabad into the Indian Union in 1948. Next, Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia of the Ministry of Civil Aviation has inaugurated Just Udo Aviation Private Limited, that is Fly 91. This is a regional airline and flagged off its maiden flight between Dash Airport and the Agati Islands of Lakshadweep. So this Fly 91 inaugurated by Jyotiraditya Scindia, and this is a regional airline and its maiden flight was between Manohar International Airport, that is in Goa, known as Mopa Airport also, correct, and this was from Mopa Airport to Agati Islands. Where are these Agati Islands? This is in Lakshadweep, correct. And this Flight 91, the aim here is to connect through air connectivity from tier 2 and tier 3 towns across India. Next, in March, the Government of India approved dash prefix on the vehicle registration number plates in Telangana by replacing the TS. So from TS it has been replaced to TG. Now the vehicles in Telangana will be starting, or the number plates will be starting from TG. Correct? Take a note of this. Next, name the personality who has recently launched the revamped website of the Archaeological Survey of India and handed over the MOUs under the Adopt a Heritage 2.0. So, which is that personality? Who he will be? She is Meenakshi Lekhi. Right? Meenakshi Lekhi, Union Minister of State of Culture. has recently launched the revamped website of Archaeological Survey of India ASI and handed over the MOUs under the Adopt a Heritage 2.0. Correct? Take a note of this. And ASI has MOUs with various corporates for monument adoption under this Adopt a Heritage 2.0, where the corporates, the MNCs, will be adopting a heritage site and will be doing the reconstruction and revamping of that particular site. Next, which company has recently signed a contract worth 8,073.17 crore rupees with the Ministry of Defence to acquire 34 advanced light helicopters Dhruv Mark III for Indian Army and Indian Coast Guard? Which is that? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. That is HAL. Right? So Ministry of Defence, they signed the contract. The contract is worth 8,073.17 crore rupees. Correct? And it was with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and it is for the acquisition of 34 advanced light helicopters Dhruv Mark III. Correct? And this acquisition is under by IDDM. What is IDDM here? Indigenously designed, developed and manufactured category. And here Ministry of Defence, they have also signed a contract with Armored Vehicles Nigam Limited to procure 693 armaments upgrades for infantry combat vehicles. Next, Ministry of Heavy Industries has approved a new e-vehicle scheme to promote the manufacturing of electric passenger cars in India. Under the scheme, the automobile company should set up manufacturing facilities in India with a minimum investment of how much amount for manufacturing of electric vehicle four-wheelers. Correct? So, how much amount has been with a minimum investment of how much amount? It is 4,150 crore rupees, right? So, under this scheme, automobile company, they should set up manufacturing facilities in India with a minimum investment of 4,150 crore rupees for the manufacturing of four-wheeler electric vehicles. This 4,150 crore rupees can also be given in the terms of dollar. That is $500 million minimum investment is required. Next, which company has recently signed a 847 crore rupees contract with Bharat Electronics Limited to supply 14 cutting-edge communication and electronic warfare sensors and systems? So, which is that company? It is L&T, that is Larsen and Toubro. They have recently signed a contract worth 847 crore rupees. Correct? It was with BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, to supply 14 cutting-edge communication and electronic warfare sensors and systems. Right? Take a note of this. Next, in March, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, they have launched a national action plan for prevention and control of snakebite envenoming to reduce snakebite deaths by half by dash year. So it was Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. They have launched a national action plan, and it is basically to prevent the people from snake bite, right? The deaths because of the snake bite, to reduce those deaths by almost by half by the year 2030. Here, this Ministry of Health and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, they have launched this national action plan. Correct? And to reduce the deaths by snake bite by half by 2030. And this was launched by whom? It was launched by the Secretary of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And who is the secretary here? Apurva Chandra. Next, one more thing. There is a helpline number that here you can remember. What is the helpline number? 15400. Next, name the first independent headquartered building of the Indian Navy that is recently inaugurated by Union Minister Rajnath Singh of the Ministry of Defence in New Delhi. So, who is the first independent? Where is the first independent headquarter building, and what is the name of it? So, it is Nausena Bhavan. Correct? This is the name of this headquarter building of the Indian Navy, inaugurated by Union Minister Rajnath Singh, Ministry of Defence in New Delhi. And where is this located? What is the location of it? It is in cantonment area of New Delhi. Next, name the company that has recently signed a contract worth 2,890 crore rupees with the Ministry of Defence for mid-life upgrade of 25 Dornier aircraft of the Indian Navy. It is HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Correct? Ministry of Contract, they have signed a contract worth 2890 crore rupees with Bengaluru, Karnataka, headquartered Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, right? And it is for the mid-life upgrade of 25 Dornier aircraft, and these are the Dornier aircraft they were gifted to Sri Lanka by India. These are Dornier 228 aircraft, and they are the surveillance aircrafts. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Jammu and Kashmir in March 2024? If we look at the options, option A and B are right, C is wrong. A is saying PM Modi unveiled Dekho Apna Desh People's Choice 24, that is the first ever nationwide tourist destination poll by the Ministry of Tourism to identify the pulse of the nation on tourism. B is saying that PM Modi launched Chalo India Global Diaspora campaign and dedicated to the nation multiple development projects worth more than 6400 crore rupees. So this is also right. Option A is also right. C is saying PM Modi revealed 42 tourist spots chosen under the challenge based destination development scheme which was introduced during the union budget of 23-24. So is it right? No, this is wrong. Correct. So if we look at the option C here, so it was PM Modi that has revealed 42 tourist spots chosen under the challenge based destination development scheme. Is it right? So yes, option C is also right. So all these three options A, B, C, they are rightly mentioned here, right? Take a note of this. Correct? Take a note of this. Apart from this, remember PM Modi has inaugurated development projects worth 6400 crore rupees, which includes holistic agriculture development program, that is HADP, worth around 5000 crore rupees, and this is to boost the region's agriculture economy. Next, which state has hosted the integrated tri-service firepower and maneuver exercise Bharat Shakti in March 2024? It is Rajasthan. Right, Rajasthan state hosted integrated tri-service firepower and maneuver exercise Bharat Shakti. Where was this held? This was held, location is important. It was held at the Pokhran during the PM visits to which state? It was in Rajasthan, or indirectly, where was this exercise Bharat Shakti held? It was held in Rajasthan. And as it is a tri-service exercise, that means all the three forces, Indian Army, Indian Navy and Indian Air Force, took part in this exercise. Next, in which city of Maharashtra Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the Marathwada rail coach factory? So, in which city of Maharashtra PM Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the Marathwada rail coach factory? So, it was in Latur. Right? Where is Latur? It is in Maharashtra, and there only this Marathwada rail coach factory was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Also remember, PM Narendra Modi has dedicated 506 railway projects, including a wagon repair workshop at Badnera and Vande Bharat chair car maintenance cum workshop depot in Pune. Correct? Next. In March, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, for the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, has launched Dash, a cleaner, greener automotive fuel alternative to gasoline. So, Hardeep Singh Puri, correct? He launched Ethanol 100. Right? This is a cleaner, greener automotive fuel alternative to gasoline. This is also known as E100. Correct? And it was launched at IOCL's retail outlet, Erwin Road Service Station, that is in New Delhi. And in the initial phase, these will be available. This Ethanol 100 will be available in Maharashtra, Karnataka, UP, Delhi and Tamil Nadu. Next, the Department of Fisheries inaugurated the integration of the Kisan Credit Card Fishery Scheme onto Dash portal to transform the access to credit facilities. So, the Department of Fisheries inaugurated the integration of the Kisan Credit Card Fishery Scheme onto which portal? It will be on Jan Smarth portal. Right, and it is to transform the access to the credit facilities. And integrating the KCC fishery scheme onto Jan Smarth portal facilitate the seamless access to institutional credit facilities, and the initiative promotes the inclusive growth of the fisheries industry by breaking down obstacles to financial access. Next, which of the following institute or regulatory bodies have recently signed an MOU with the Department of Food and Public Distribution to revolutionize fair price shops across India? So, which of the following is right? It is National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development along with SIDBI, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India. Right, these two organizations, they have recently signed Memorandum of Understanding with Department of Food and Public Distribution, and it is to revolutionize the fair price shops across India. Next, which of the following company has recently signed a non-financial MOU with Ministry of Rural Development to enhance livelihood interventions of the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, that is DAY NRLM. So which company has recently signed this non-financial MOU with Ministry of Rural Development? It is Bharat Financial Inclusion Limited. Right option is option 5. Right, and the Ministry of Rural Development signed this MOU with Abdul Latif Jameel Poverty Action Lab, that is a South Asia based lab, correct, that is located at Institute for Financial Management and Research, and it is to expand Samaveshi Ajivika program across India. Next is Union Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Dharmendra Pradhan has launched Mock Test 2.0 under the Craftsman Training Scheme in Artificial Intelligence and Cyber Security. Question asked is which institute developed Mock Test 2.0? So which is that? It is National Instructional Media Institute. National Instructional Media Institute, that is option 3. Correct, and the ministry launched this Mock Test 2.0 by National Instructional Media Institute, that is NIMI. It is made, this mock test is available in 12 languages and 4 new age courses under the Craftsman Training Scheme in Artificial Intelligence and Cyber Security. Next, the Central Armed Police Force Institute of Medical Sciences signed a memorandum of association with All India Institute of Medical Sciences Delhi to run 970 bed super specialty and tertiary care hospital. Then the question asked here is that Union Cabinet approved the budgetary support of how much amount to run CAPFIMS as a campus of AIMS Delhi. So the amount has been approved of 2207.5 crore rupees. Correct? Next, which country along with India has recently conducted their first ever 2+2 secretary level political and military dialogue in New Delhi? So it is Brazil. Right, Brazil along with India, they have recently conducted their first ever 2+2 secretary level political and military dialogue in New Delhi. Correct, take a note of this. Then if we talk about this dialogue was co-chaired by from India and from Brazil, tell me both. From India, Godavriti Venkata Srinivas, and from Brazil, Marcelo Camara. Right, GV Srinivas, remember he is the additional secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs, and along with Vishwesh Negi was here who co-chaired this dialogue. Next, in which state India's first LNG powered bus was inaugurated on March 24? So it is Maharashtra state. Right, Maharashtra is the state where India's first liquefied natural gas powered bus was inaugurated on March 24. Right, here remember Maharashtra State Road Transport Corporation, they have announced that they will convert 5,000 diesel vehicles into the LNG vehicles in phases. Right, not all at once but in phases. Next, in March, Union Minister of Home Affairs Amit Shah inaugurated a unique digital criminal case management system in New Delhi. Which government agency designed the CCMS? So it is National Investigation Agency, that is NIA. They have recently designed this CCMS, that is your unique digital criminal case management system in New Delhi. Apart from this, remember this was launched by Amit Shah, and he has also launched a mobile application, that is Sankalan. Right, this is a compendium of new criminal laws by the National Criminal Records Bureau. He inaugurated 2 new branches offices of the NIA. Where are they? In Jammu and Kochi, Kerala. Next is which state's 6 heritage sites were recently included in the tentative list of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites? So it is of Madhya Pradesh. So Madhya Pradesh state's 6 heritage sites were recently included in the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites list. Right, and as of 21st March 2024, India has a total of 51 sites in UNESCO's tentative list of heritage sites. Next, in which state 3F Oil Palm Private Limited has recently started the operation of India's first integrated oil palm processing unit? It is in Arunachal Pradesh. Right, 3F Oil Palm Private Limited started the commercial operation of India's first integrated oil palm processing unit in Arunachal Pradesh, and this factory marks the first oil palm factory in Arunachal Pradesh, correct, and India's first oil palm factory under National Mission on Edible Oils. Next, in which city of Odisha India's first indoor athletics center was inaugurated in March 2024? So in the state of Bhubaneswar, in the city of Bhubaneswar. Right, Naveen Patnaik, the Chief Minister of Odisha, has inaugurated India's first indoor athletics center, that is a state-of-the-art indoor aquatic hub at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Right. Next, which company has recently designated as the Miniratna Category 1 CPSC by the Ministry of Power? Which is it? It is Grid Controller of India Limited. Right? Grid Controller of India Limited has been designated as a Mini Ratna Category 1 CPSC by the Ministry of Power, highlighting their crucial role in India's power landscape. And for Mini Ratna Category 1, the company must have made profit in the last 3 years continuously, and the pre-tax profit of 3 crore rupees in one or more than one in the last 3 years. Next, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy notified the scheme guidelines for establishing hydrogen hubs in India under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. What was the budgetary outlay of the scheme for the financial year 25-26? It will be 200 crore rupees. Right, so I repeat, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy notified the scheme guidelines for establishing hydrogen hubs in India under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. And what was the budgetary outlay of the scheme for financial year fiscal year 26? It was 200 crore rupees. And under the scheme, at least 2 green hydrogen hubs will be established with central financial assistance of up to 100 crore rupees each to support the core infrastructure. Next is, which Indian Institute of Technology has recently signed an MOU with Comptroller and Auditor General of India on artificial intelligence? It is IIT Delhi. Right, so IIT Delhi recently signed an MOU with Comptroller Auditor General of India on artificial intelligence. Next is, which edition of India Mozambique Tanzania trilateral exercise was conducted in March, that is IMT Trilat 24. So this was the second edition of this exercise that was conducted in March, on 29th of March specifically, and in this INS Tir and INS Sujata took part in this exercise. Next, in March, Dash became the first Indian state to launch the State Water Resource Information Systems dashboard. It is Rajasthan. Right, Rajasthan became the first Indian state to launch State Water Resource Information Systems dashboard. Correct, the portal was developed by the Department of Water Resources under the National Hydrology Project, and the portal offers real-time information about water availability, which will benefit farmers in planning their crop cycles and irrigation. Next is, name the portal that was recently launched by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is MEITY, and National Internet Exchange of India NIXI to advance the vision of digital inclusion, that is Bhashanet. Right, take a note of this. This portal was launched during the Universal Acceptance Day India event held on 21st of March. Correct, that was at the Dr. Ambedkar International Center in New Delhi. Bhashanet here aims to create multilingual internet where local language website names and email IDs will work seamlessly everywhere. Next, name the operation that has recently launched by the Government of India to evacuate stranded Indians in Haiti. It is Operation Indravati. Right, I repeat, Operation Indravati is to evacuate the stranded Indians in Haiti after armed gangs seized control of the most of the Caribbean nation. Next, which units of the PIB has been recently notified as the statutory body to flag misinformation about the central government and its dependents across social media platforms? It is Fact Check Unit. Right, Fact Check Unit of the PIB. They have recently notified as a statutory body to flag misinformation about the central government and its dependents across various social media platforms. Next, which law enforcement agency has recently signed a working arrangement with India's Central Bureau of Investigation to establish cooperative relations? So, which is it? It is European Union Agency for Law Enforcement Cooperation. Right? They have recently this is the law agency that has recently signed a working arrangement with India's CBI, that is Central Bureau of Investigation, to establish a cooperative relations. Also, this will enable the cooperation between all the law enforcement agencies in India and the 27 European countries represented by Europol. Next, the Indian Navy completed 100 days of maritime security operations under the banner of Dash on 23rd of March 2024. So Indian Navy completed 100 days of maritime security operations under the banner of Operation Sankalp on 23rd of March. Take a note of this, important. Right, and as a part of Operation Sankalp, the Indian Navy played a major role as the first responder and preferred security partner in the Indian Ocean region. And during the operation, Indian Navy saved over 110 lives, that includes 45 Indian seafarers, and escorted over 15 lakh tons of commodities like fertilizers, crude oils, and finished products. Next is TRAI. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has released Telecommunication Mobile Number Portability Regulations 2024 to eliminate porting of mobile numbers using fraudulent subscribers identity module, that is SIM. The regulations come into effect from 1st of July 2024. Right, and the amendment prohibits the telecom operators for issuing a UPC, that is your unique porting code. That is the first step of changing your service provider. Once this code is produced, then for the next 7 days another UPC code will not be produced. Next, which edition of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Startup Forum was held in New Delhi in March? So that was the 4th edition of the SCO Startup Forum held at New Delhi in March 2024. Correct, and the delegates from member countries attended a workshop here that was conducted by Startup India on establishing a seed fund. And India will host the second meeting of the special working group in November 2024 and SCO Startup Forum 5.0 in January 2025. Next, in March, Ministry of Rural Development notified a dash increase in the wage rate of workers under Manrega for the financial year 25. So, Ministry of Rural Development has notified an increase of 3 to 10% wage increase in the wage rate of the workers under Manrega for the financial year 24, for the financial year 25. And Goa state, it witnessed the highest hike, whereas UP and Uttarakhand, it witnessed the lowest hike. Next, which country's aerospace industries has recently opened their Indian subsidiary Aerospace Service India in New Delhi? It is Israel. Right? Israel's aerospace industries, they have recently opened their Indian subsidiary Aerospace Services India in New Delhi. Correct, and ASI will act as a sole OEM, that is your original equipment manufacturer, for the entire medium range surface to air systems used by the Indian Army, Indian Air Force, and Indian Navy. And this medium range surface to air missile system has been jointly developed by IAI and DRDO. Correct, and it was produced where at Bharat Dynamics Limited for the Indian forces. Next, according to the India TB Report 24 released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in March, India's incidence of tuberculosis cases declined to dash an 18% reduction in the mortality since 2015. So, according to this India TB Report 24 released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in March, India's incidence of TB cases declined to 16%. And 18% reduction in the mortality, that is the deaths related to tuberculosis since 2015. TB, remember, this is caused in lungs. It is a communicable disease. Correct. And here remember the mortality rate has declined from 28 lakh mortalities, that is deaths in 2015, to 23 lakh deaths in 2022. Next, according to the report, that is State of Solar Photovoltaic Manufacturing in India 2024 published by Mercom India in March, India has installed dash gigawatt of solar module and cell capacity in 2023. So India, according to this report published by Mercom India, India has installed a 24 gigawatt of solar module and cell capacity in 2023. Correct, take a note of this. And remember, the target of India is to achieve 75 gigawatt by the year 2026. Next, name the association or company that has recently signed a MOU with Educational Testing Service India to enhance the global employability of the Indian workforce. It is Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII. Right? CII, they have recently signed an MOU with Educational Testing Service India, and it is to enhance the global employability of the Indian workforce. This partnership aims to improve the employability of the India's young professional by focusing on English language proficiency and 21st century skills. Next, one more thing, remember, India has renewed the agreement to export electricity to Nepal for 3 months until the end of June 2024. So it has been extended for 3 months till June 2024. Take a note of this. And Nepal can import 554 megawatts of electricity from India between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. under this agreement. So these were your important current affairs for the topic national affairs for March month. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial for your learning. Next is Ayushman Bharat Divas is observed in India on which day to celebrate success and achievements of Ayushman Bharat scheme. So this day is observed on 30th of April to raise awareness about the objectives of Ayushman Bharat, a flagship scheme of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Right? Then what is the this Ayushman Bharat? First of all, let's discuss this. This was launched as a recommended by National Health Policy of 2017 to achieve the vision of universal health coverage, and PM Modi launched this scheme in Ranchi, Jharkhand on 23rd of September 2018. It has two interrelated components, that is Health and Wellness Center and Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Right? Then if we talk about this Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, what is this basically? Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is basically a scheme that is aimed at providing assured health cover of up to 5 lakh rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization to over 12 crore poor and vulnerable families that are from the bottom 40% of the Indian population. And it provides cashless and paperless access to the services for the beneficiaries at the point of service in any impaneled hospital across India. Right? If we talk about this health and wellness centers in 2018, Government of India announced the creation of 1,50,000 health and wellness centers by transforming the existing sub centers and primary health centers. Objective here is to deliver comprehensive primary health care closer to the people's home. Right? And Ayushman Bharat, this was launched as in 2017. Correct? So coming back, this Ayushman Bharat Divas observed on 30th of April in India. Apart from this, on 7th of November, we observe National Cancer Awareness Day. Correct? And it commemorates the birth anniversary of Madam Curie. On 25th of September, we observe Antyodaya Divas Day. That is the birth anniversary of Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay. On March 16, we observe National Vaccination Day, and it is to raise awareness of the significance and the value of vaccine. Right? Moving on. Next is which UN International Jazz Day is annually observed across the globe on which day to raise awareness of jazz culture's significance and its benefits as an educational tool. So when do we observe International Jazz Day? On 30th of April, we observe International Jazz Day, and it is to highlight the role of this diplomatic relation of uniting people around the world with this jazz. Correct? The global host of the 2024 International Jazz Day celebration is Morocco. Right? Take a note of this. And the first ever International Jazz Day was observed in the year 2012 on 13th of April. Correct? Take a note of this. Then on 30th of March, we observe International Day of Zero Waste. Right? Then on 20th of March, we observe International Day of Happiness. And on 24th January, we observe International Day of Education. Correct? Coming back, remember we saw who observed this. It is observed by this day, that is your UN International Jazz Day is observed by Morocco, or to be precise, which city? Tangier of Morocco. Right? And it is the first time a city of the African nation is hosting this. Right? And this day is chaired and led by UNESCO's Director General Audrey Azoulay and Herbie Hancock. Right? Take a note of this. And for the first time, this was observed in 2012. Then is your Satellite Day. When was Satellite Technology Day observed? So on across India on 19th of April, we observe Satellite Technology Day. Right? And it is basically to highlight the achievements made in the satellite technology. This day commemorates the launch of the India's first satellite, that is Aryabhatta, that was launched on 19th of April in 1975. And this 24 year marks the beginning of the 50th year of the Aryabhatta launch. right? Take a note of this. Then if we talk about April 12th, this day is observed as UN International Day of Human Space Flight, correct? And it is observed on 12th of April to celebrate the beginning of the space era, correct? Then on 23rd of August, we observe the National Space Day, and PM Modi declared that 23rd of August will be observed as the Space Day for commemorating the soft landing of Chandrayaan 3 on the moon. Then October 4th is observed as UN World Space Week, and it is observed from 4th to 10th of October, right? Take a note of this. And the theme for the World Space Week for 2023 was space and entrepreneurship, right? Take a note of this. Apart from this, here remember, if we talk about Satellite Technology Day, Aryabhatta was named after the ancient Indian mathematician and astronomer Aryabhatta, correct? Apart from this, remember, UR Rao was the director of UR Rao Satellite Center from 1972 till 1985, and the chairman of ISRO and the secretary of Department of Space from 1984 to 1994, right? Then URSC Bengaluru commemorated the Satellite Technology 24 and marking it the 50th anniversary of the India's first satellite Aryabhat. So friends, these were your important days for the day, important current affairs for the day. Now let's move to the important one-liner section. Adani's Vizhinjam port in Kerala approved as India's first transshipment port. UN's first international conference on DPI held under India's leadership in New York, USA. RBI announced the interest rate of 80% on floating rate saving bond 2034. Brisbane raised $5 million in seed funding from PayU to enhance cross-border payments. Indian economy to grow faster than 7% in FY25 as per NCAER. TUE CO they signed an MOU with Nagar Nigam Haridwar to establish a waste to green energy plant. 35th Goldman Environmental Prize was held and Chhattisgarh Bachao Andolan leader Alok Shukla bags this award. Indian origin teacher Gina Justus received the 2024 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award for MENA region. AMU Professor Mohammad Rehan took charge as the Director General of NISE. Hitesh Sethi appointed as MD and CEO of Geo Financial Service Limited for a period of 3 years. ISRO has released ISSAR 2023 report on vulnerability of space assets to collisions. Then SPPL launched 6th ACTM barge LSAM 20 in Thane, Maharashtra. Ayushman Bharat Divas observed on 30th of April, International Jazz Day on 30th of April, and Satellite Technology Day on 19th of April. So these were your important segment for the day, friends. Do like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial in your learning.
Name the personality who has recently won 66th Annual Grammy Awards Album of the Year and became the first ever artist to win Album of the Year 4 times. So she is Taylor Swift, a very famous singer. She also recently became a billionaire, right? And Taylor Swift is the personality who won the 66th Annual Grammy Award, correct, for the Album of the Year, and she became the first ever artist to win the Album of the Year 4 times. She won this in 2010, then 2016, right, then in 2020, and now again in 2024. So these are the 4 times in which Taylor Swift has won the Grammy Award, and this is for the 4th time. Next, who has recently won 2023 Wildlife Photographer of the Year 59 People's Choice Award by the Natural History Museum, London, UK. So who won the 2023 Wildlife Photographer of the Year 59 People's Choice Award by the Natural History Museum, London, UK? So right option here becomes Nima Sarikhani, correct, of United Kingdom, right? And Nima Sarikhani won the award for his photographer of a polar bear sleeping peacefully on a small iceberg. Next, name the personality who has recently conferred with the Lifetime Achievement Award with gold medal by Sports Journalist Federation of India. So, PT Usha, correct, was conferred with the Lifetime Achievement Award with gold medal by the Sports Journalist Federation of India. Correct? Take a note of this. PT Usha, she is the president of Indian Olympic Association, right? And she was honored with this Lifetime Achievement Award with gold medal by Sports Journalist Federation of India. This was during a event that was held at National Sports Club of India, that is in New Delhi. Next, which of the following personalities won the Sports Star of the Year male and Sports Star of the Year female at the Sports Star Aces Award 2024 respectively? So, if we are talking about Sports Star of the Year for male category, Neeraj Chopra, and for the female category, Sheetal Devi. So Neeraj Chopra won the Sports Star of the Year in male category, and Sheetal Devi has been won the Sports Star of the Year in female category. This was during the Sports Star Aces Award 2024 respectively. Correct. Apart from this, Sheetal Devi, remember, she also won the Moment of the Year award. Moment of the Year award. Correct. And this event was held at Taj Mahal Palace, that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, who has recently received a special award at the Lokmat Maharashtrian of the Year 2024? So, who has recently received a special award at the Lokmat Maharashtrian of the Year 2024? Isha Ambani. Right? Isha Ambani has received or has won the special award at the Lokmat Maharashtrian of the Year 2024 ceremony held in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Isha Ambani was honored for her remarkable contribution in the field of business, right? Her contribution in the field of business, she was honored with the special award at the Lokmat Maharashtrian of the Year 2024. Next, according to the 2023 Burgundy Private Huron India 500 released by Axis Bank's Burgundy Private and Huron India in Feb, which company has emerged as the India's most valuable company for the third consecutive year? It is RIL. Reliance Industries Limited has emerged as the India's most valuable company for the third consecutive year, according to Burgundy Private Huron India 50, released by Axis Bank's Burgundy Private and Huron India combined together. The total cumulative value of the 2023 Burgundy Private Huron India 500 companies is close to $2.8 trillion. Combined value we are talking about. If we are talking about Reliance Industries Limited, which is on top, correct, it is followed by TCS, it is followed by HDFC Bank. If we talk about the valuation of RIL, that is Reliance Industries Limited, it is close to 15 lakh 64,000 crore rupees. For TCS, it is close to 12 lakh 36,000 crore rupees. And for HDFC, it is close to 11 lakh 25,000 crore rupees. Next, who has recently conferred with the Vishisht Seva Medal for designing an innovative drone called a multi-purpose octocopter? So, who recently conferred with the Vishisht Seva Medal for designing an innovative drone called a multi-purpose octocopter? So, he will be Virendra Singh, right? He is from Sikh regiment and from the Sikh regiment of Indian Army, correct, and he was honored with this Vishisht Seva Medal for designing an innovative drone that was called a multi-purpose octocopter. He was one of the 130 Vishisht Seva Medal awardees that were announced by President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am.
Next, who has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Geo Financial Service Limited for a period of 3 years? So, Hitesh Sethia, right? Recently, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has appointed Hitesh Kumar Sethia as the MD and CEO of Geo Financial Service Limited. He will be in this position for a period of 3 years with effect from 15th of November 2023. If we talk about Praveen Achutan Kutty, RBI has approved the appointment of Praveen Achutan Kutty as the MD and Chief Executive Officer of DCB Bank, right? And he will also be in this position for 3 years. If we talk about Sanjeev Agarwal, right, in the month of January, Sanjeev Agarwal, correct, and was appointed as the MD and CEO of NIIFL, that is National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Limited, with effect from Feb 2024. And in the month of November, Dipesh Nanda, right? He has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Tata Power Renewable Energy Limited, that is TPREL, correct? And this will be with effect from 1st of November 2023, right? So take a note of these important appointments. Apart from this, if we talk about some of the timelines about Hitesh Kumar Sethia, right? He's a certified chartered accountant, and he has worked with many reputed companies across Europe, Asia, and North America. He has an extensive experience of 20 years in the banking industry. He worked mostly with ICICI Bank, correct? And he has handled the operation of ICICI Bank in Canada, Germany, and Hong Kong. He joined McLaren Strategic Ventures in 2022 as the head of Europe. Then in July 23, he was at the board of Reliance Industries and has appointed and sorry, in 2023, board of Reliance Industries has appointed Hitesh Kumar Sethia as their MD and CEO, and later it was renamed to Reliance Strategic Investment Limited. Later it was renamed to Geo Financial Service Limited. Right? Take a note of this. Then if we talk about Geo Financial Service Limited, this offers various financial services such as insurance broking, payment services, etc. It is registered with RBI as NBFC. Then here independent and non-executive chairman will be Kundapur Vaman Kamath. Headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Formed in 2023 on 25th of July. Moving on. As per the ISRO's Indian Space Situation Assessment Report for 2023, how many objects originating from 212 launches and on-orbit breakup events were added to the space object population in 2023? We know that space object or space population is also one of the most important criteria for safety, because there are so many objects, small fragments that are floating in our orbit, in Earth's orbit, right? So for this particular reason, this report was released, and it stated that as per the report, there are how many? There are a total of 3,143 objects originating from 212 launches and on-orbit breakup events that were added to the space object population in 2023 alone. That was compared to 2,533 small objects that were added into 2022, and this year it was in 2023, last year it was 3,143 objects were added into the space orbit, correct? Since the beginning of Indian space era, a total of 127 satellites have been launched till 31st of December 2023, and the number of operational satellites owned by the government of India is 2022 in low earth orbit and 29 in the geosynchronous earth orbit, correct? Apart from this, if we look at the data of 2533, what is this 2533? This is the space objects that were in our orbit in 2022, added into our orbit in 2022, correct? Then remember 676 we have discovered. Around these many lakes, 676 lakes has been expanded since 1984 in the our Himalayan region, correct? Amongst the 2,431 glacial lakes that are larger than 10 hectares, they have been expanded, right? So 676 lakes among these 2,431 lakes has been expanded, correct, since 1984 because of the rise in temperature and global warming, correct? And this is also the data released by ISRO's long-term satellite imagery, right? That was taken from 1984 to 2023. Between this time frame, the data was collected and the report released here that these many lakes has been expanded, correct? Then if we further talk about this Indian Space Situational Assessment Report, this is compiled by ISRO, correct? And basically it is for the safe and sustainable space operations, right? That means whenever we launch any satellite or rocket into our orbit, we should make sure that there is no debris in our orbit that is orbiting that can hit our rocket or satellite, because if it does, the impact will be very disastrous and even it can lead to a failure of the mission, Correct. Then if we talk about the collision avoidance maneuvers, the report highlighted that an increasing trend in the collision avoidance maneuvers per year, which indicate that the growing congestion in our outer space, that means more and more objects are being added into our atmosphere that can lead to collisions further. Also, according to the report, around 1,37,565 close approach alerts were received from United States Space Command, and in 2023 a total of 3,033 alerts for close approach with a distance of 1 kilometer were detected for the ISRO satellites also. Right? Then if we talk about ISRO, who is the chairman? S. Somnath, headquarter Bengaluru, Karnataka, established in 1969. Right? Next, ammunition cum torpedo cum missile barge LSAM-20, that is the sixth barge of 11x ACTCM, is the project of the Indian Navy that was launched in Thane, Maharashtra. Question asked here is that this barge is built by which organization? So it is built by whom? It is built by Surya Dipta Projects Private Limited. Correct? Surya Dipta Projects Private Limited. Correct? Take a note of this. And where was this launched? In Thane, Maharashtra. Correct? And Suryadipta Projects Private Limited, they signed a contract for this barge on 5th of March 2021. Right? Then if we talk about Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, for this remember, Ministry of Defence, they have signed a contract with Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited to acquire 14 fast patrol vessels for the Indian Coast Guard, and the deal was worth 1070 crore rupees. Then if we talk about Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, here remember GRSC, correct? They have launched Agraya and Akshay. Agraya is the 5th and Akshay is the 6th of the 8 anti-ship, anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft project for the Indian Army. 2 more are to come, that is 7th and 8th. Then if we talk about Cochin Shipyards Limited, they have launched the first three ships of the 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft projects, that are INS Mahi, INS Malwan and INS Mangrol, and they were for the Indian Navy.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. Also students, you can use code Vikas10, that will give you extra 10% discount on the courses that you will purchase.